Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I find it somewhat comical that there are people who think that the party's over, the market's done, we already saw our peaks, which would also mean that, of course, XRP's almost certainly done, right? It's funny to know that there are people that believe that when the smart money, which happens to almost always be the rich people, they're rich because they can stay rich because they're smart and not stupid. Well, the rich people, you know what they've been doing? In a 2-day period, they just bought 150 million XRP. That's right. The splishy splashy whales out there getting aquatic AF. They are not afraid, and they do not get wrong-footed. It's just so funny how it's the same stuff over and over and over again, cycle after cycle. And on an individual level, all of you, even if, like we've all fallen victim to certain stupid things when it comes to markets. But on an individual level, anyone here listening, even if you've fallen victim to anything that's stupid in the market, that's okay. Like we all do, right? It can be different things for different people, but you can learn from that on an individual level. So you can change and you can achieve life-changing wealth. Like that's a real thing. The opportunity in crypto is very real. That couldn't be more obvious. But it's still funny that on a macro level, like just the global populace on the whole, no. Because there are always new people having to learn the lessons that people that were there before already had to learn. And it is what it is, folks. And also, some people that learn this stuff, they can never control their emotions sufficiently. So it is what it is. I'm here for it, though. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Take a look at this post, and if this doesn't give you confidence that the best in this cycle is yet ahead, what it is you'll probably be. Like, please tell me what your actual malfunction is, and just put in a support ticket with old Moon Lambo, and I'll have my team get to you, right? We'll get it worked on right away. But here's what TechDev had to say. And this is a Bitcoin price up top, and then you've got the altcoins down below with this, I guess it's a pinkish looking line here. And here's what he had to say. And it really is so funny. Like history really does keep rhyming, yet people are afraid here. Whatever. Anyway, so he said, this has always been the setup. Every single time. Bitcoin hits the expansion line. That would be the green line up top. Volatility surges. Altcoins retest yellow. That would be like, right, meow, and meow, and meow. And top calls get loud. Isn't that always, folks, isn't that what happens? The top calls get loud. Don't you see that all over on social media? That was it, guys. That was it. It's the end. That was the top. But then he writes, then they get left behind. Yeah, folks, yes, they do. He says, market caps grow, psychology doesn't. That's correct. That's what I was saying at the outset of the video. On the whole, human psychology does not change. Just be better than them. Don't be part of the stupid-ass crowd out there, and then you have a fighting chance. Because they're wrong all the time. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Mustache, market cap Bitcoin dominance percentage chart right here. And he's noting that this is a rising wedge chart pattern. And he wrote, hashtag altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is about to make a big decision. Normally, a rising wedge is a bearish pattern, which would be very good for altcoins. And so he's noting we're getting to the end of this damn thing. Something's going to have to give. And his guess is that you're going to see Bitcoin dominance crater to the downside, which means, altcoins are absolutely taking off. And that is what happens, by the way. So even though Bitcoin price can still be going up, there will be a certain number of people that are selling, rotating into altcoins. And the reason that the percentage for Bitcoin will drop is, frankly, there's so little money in these altcoins, it just doesn't take much money flowing in to get crazy multiplier effects. So then in terms of the percentage of the market that Bitcoin is dominating, it goes down dramatically. But that happens every cycle. And don't you dare tell me that this is the first market cycle where it's just not going to happen. Because that's toxic Bitcoin maximalists speak. That's what they say. I've highlighted them on my channel. It's not that all of them say it, but a lot of them do. They're like, see, look at the Bitcoin dominance. It just goes up this time. It's not gonna go down. This time is different. No, shut your stupid little face hole. You are wrong, and that will not age well. You will be deleting that post. That's what's going to happen. Here's a post from chart analyst Rickens. He wrote, from the looks of things, everything looks really great for some solid relief. How high that will go is the only question on my mind at this stage, hoping for the best and planning for the worst. Somebody responded to him and wrote, apart for Bitcoin, can you share what other assets you are looking at for the relief? Ethereum looks kind of anemic to me, maybe Solana and other select alts. And Rickons did respy, and he wrote, XRP, Doge, most coins should get relief. However, coins like XRP almost look like it wants to put in another leg higher. Folks, I keep seeing that from people. So many chart analysts believe that XRP, and this shouldn't surprise you if you've been paying attention, you know XRP has been showing uncharacteristic strength, uncharacteristic over the last several years, and certainly not looking like the rest of the market. So uncharacteristic from the rest of the market too. Charting Guy responded to that, and he clearly agrees. He wrote, yeah, I expect strong coins like XRP to likely make higher highs, while majority of the market will be lucky to double top. That's right, folks. This market is XRP cycle, damn it. Ethereum got the last one. Okay, fine. And not that it won't do well by the end of the cycle. I still think it'll hit a new all-time high. We'll see how high it goes. I'm not going to make a prediction. I don't do that. But this is for XRP. This cycle is where XRP dominates. And just wait. It's coming for that number 2 spot, folks. I don't know if it's going to hit it, but I will not be surprised if it does. Here's a post from chart analyst Ali Martinez. He wrote, whales have bought over 150 million XRP in the last 48 hours. So I just got to ask you, do you think that they're just, is this the stupid money and they're just wrong? Or does this thing end up going higher before the cycle's over? Are the whales stupid now? And then all the living retail speculators that have historically just made the worst financial decisions possible, but they're going to win this time specifically here with XRP? No, the answer, spoiler alert, the answer is no, that's not what's going to happen here. No. Here's another post from chart analyst Ali Martinez, XRP USD on the screen here. Zooming out, XRP appears to have broken out of a symmetrical triangle on the monthly chart, setting up a potential bull rally to $15. Well, how damn, I would not mind that one little tiny baby boo bit. And I know you guys wouldn't either, because that would make a ton of you listening filthy rich. I understand that. Guys, I got my little fingers crossed for it too. I think there's a good chance we could make it to double digits. It just might happen. If we who believe that what is most probable is the market goes for that final push to the upside, if that happens, of course XRP is going to be a part of that too. It's just a question of how high. It's going to be so life-changing for so many people. It's already just buck wild. Even what's happened where XRP is right now, like it pulled back to $2.40. It pulled back to that. Like, what? Like, that's amazing. Like, if you could have known that a year ago, wouldn't you just been absolutely thrilled? It pulled back to that, and it's that, like, that support. Holy freaking strength, Batman. That's amazing. So it's not done, which is why if we're right, and those of us who believe that the market is going to go higher before we finally hit a top and enter a bear market after that, yes, it's going to be absolutely life-changing. It will be. It will be. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK. This is pretty in-depth. He's got a bunch of different pairs. He talks about XRP dominance too in this post, I think, also. Yeah. So check this out. We've got an XRP ETH chart on the screen here. And look, I said, and I firmly believe this is most probable, just based on historic precedent. You don't have to be a chart guy to have opinions like this. What has happened in the past? Well, with any coin, really, unless it's actually a scam or rug or whatever and is going to zero, outside of stuff like that, what tends to happen, in particular for large caps, which is what the market is saying, hey, we value, for coins like that, so it'd be Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, just look at the top 10 and some other, you can find this, it's true of other coins even outside the top 10, but I'm just sharing with you, like those are the types of coins where this is true. When those coins find a low, a substantial low, compared to whatever it's denominated in this case, we're saying XRP is denominated in Ethereum, that means the market has found a bottom or is about to, or it's just very super close. That's what I talked about with XRP throughout pretty much all of 2024. This is happening with Ethereum now. The market's going to find a bottom because it's going to be too oversold. It's going to rocket, and if history rhymes with itself, that'll kick off alt season. And for a while, Ethereum might even outpace XRP, but by the time the cycle's over, I firmly believe what's way more likely is that XRP will have put Ethereum to shame performance-wise. So anyway, he says, monitoring XRP here, looking closely at the weekly close. We have 1 day and 14 hours until this happens. XRP ETH looking exceptionally strong as we've discussed. Almost vertical accumulation. Stochastic RSI potentially about to cross bullish in after bouncing from the oversold area. Standard RSI holding in the overbought area, contrary to popular belief. This is where things get crazy. Remember, oscillators like the RSI are a sign of momentum. And folks, and I was actually just talking about this. So RSI, there's this common misconception because once you get to a certain level, typically above 70, depends on what asset you're talking about, because it's a 0 to 100 scale. When you get to 70, it's technically considered oversold. But when there's momentum, those are the types of levels that you see, but it can persist beyond that, and XRP has. So yes, it does mean you need to start watching. Like if it gets up there, it's like, okay, well, this thing's going to get pretty toppy at some point, probably in the not too distant future. So you got to be aware of it. And that's a top indicator to be watching for. We're not there yet. When we do get there, I'm going to be talking about, be like, guys, XRP RSI is at like 70, 80, 90. Like as it gets to those levels, assuming we get there, which I think is reasonably possible, we're going to be talking about it on this channel. I'll tell you that. Just to warn you, because it does get, the longer you hold it, the riskier it gets, because the market will find a top. It will. It's just, but just understand that just because we get there and it's technically oversold, and you'll see that in articles and on social media, that in and of itself doesn't mean that it's over, just to be clear. Anyway, then he says, if we can gain a further 2.5% from here and close above 0.0012759, I think this signals the move to our next resistance level at 0.0017587 is imminent. And then he shared this XRP BTC chart now. It says XRP BTC is still working out the main resistance between where it is now and a significant breakout. If we get the break to the upside on the ascending triangle pattern we are forming, I expect a further outperformance versus Bitcoin of at least 249%. That's right, XRP outperforming Bitcoin from where we already are. 249%. That will be wild. Can you imagine what that means for the USD? Whew. He says RSI and stochastic on the weekly looking similar to XRP ETH, bullish. And then we got XRP dominance here. He says XRP dominance, so that's the market dominance, which at the time he posted this, XRP market dominance was 5.19%. I'd say there's room for the upside. He says XRP dominance echoes both of the above. We are still working out the first key resistance area. A close above the white line on the weekly should see a significant move for XRP after a completed Wyckoff accumulation schematic. That's right, folks. I think it makes sense to be a bit optimistic here about the future. Just saying. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.